I'm Mengyi Fan. I work at SHoP Architects, and I'm the current Director of Visualization at SHoP Architects. The ethos of SHoP is really the idea of innovation and looking towards the future while sort of retaining the humanity of architecture and the humanity of the built environment. And the principals at SHoP for a long time have long been fascinated by how can we take processes from different industries to make better architecture, to make more efficient architecture, and to do better design. And I started as a director of visualization. I was tasked with doing renderings and animations, so still images, and that's usually used in traditional architecture to sell a building. But I would say for the last 6 or 7 years, my role has evolved and it's changed. So in addition to doing images of buildings and animations of buildings, we started to dabble in VR and in AR and what we call XR, which is really this sort of multimedia form where you can have one building and it could be represented in all these different ways. So we've been working specifically in Unreal Engine quite a bit over the last few years, where we build 3D scenes and environments or worlds. And pixel streaming has really helped us make that experience possible for not only our principals, but for our clients and also the general public. One example we did was an exhibition in Munich, which included the Barclays Center, which we did. And so we had a model sent there and you could go see the model. But if you weren't there in person, you could go to a website and you can experience the model. You can experience that whole exhibition even without being there. If we're working on one of these immersive Unreal projects, what we're doing is the visualization team is doing all the front end beauty, so we're working on materials, we're making the image look beautiful. And then the interactive team would come in, would solve all the blueprints, would make all the interactions work in the file, would set it up so we can run it, through pixel streaming. And so it's really like a team effort. For backgrounds on our team, there are some like myself who came strictly from an architecture background, and then we somehow found a love for creating visuals, and we found it way more interesting to do this than necessarily just pure architecture. But we also have people from a computer science background, we have software engineers, and we also have artists who are coming from just a purely digital media background and animation background. And it's been really interesting to foster these different connections and really let it feed our work. I do feel like all these skills feed into our work and make it stronger. But now we're all using Unreal together, and it might be different bubbles within the software and different specialties, but at least we're using the same things and we can finally talk together. For portfolios, what we're normally looking for is several things. It could be an eye for beauty, it could be composition, it could be technical ability, but the most important thing is to be able to successfully tell a story visually. If I had one piece of advice to give students, don't box yourself in. Like, we've been talking to a lot of people in virtual production who started off as visualization studios for architecture. And now I think I like to see them more as art directors or film creators, or just, again, broadly storytellers, right? We're not limited to necessarily one industry anymore, but it's really about building that bridge and connection between all these different things. And so I feel like we're in a really exciting time right now.